What's up, YTPC? Uncle Willie coming to you from the Mobile Lounge. Friday Eve. Almost there. I am smoking my Savinelli Paloma 510 KS. Look at that stem. That just screams Uncle Willie. Makes you want some coffee with some cream in it. Looks like it when you're mixing it up. In it is some Garth Hogarth and Company Limited LLC. Brown Twist. Brown Twist is like a ready rub coin. It's a derivative from the brown bogey, but they consider it a curly cut. So it's been twisted into a rope, which they call it a twist, sliced and then processed, making it a shag ribbon coin cut. So they just put all that together and said, hey, so curly cut. Unlike other curly cuts from other manufacturers, but it's theirs. They can call it what they want. Now, a little thing about their ropes, their twist is what they call them. They all have the same dark fired cured wrapper. Then they have the same dark air cured Indian leaf inside the filler. This is all Virginia. So they have dark air cured and dark fire cured Virginia, spun it in a rope, sliced it, processed it, and that's what you get. If uncut, it would be brown bogey, which is still straight Virginia. You get into some of their others, along with the dark fire cured wrapper and the dark air cured Indian leaf, they will use some dark fire Kentucky or Burley or some plain Kentucky in it to give it a different component, very similar in taste, aroma, and everything else. Meaning that most of the time, if somebody was a pack of bowl for you, most of the time you couldn't tell the difference. And you can sit there and say, oh, I know the difference between brown bogey and brown twist. They're the same thing. So some people think they know things, but actually they don't. But it's better to be left unsaid. So anyway, school's out. One of the parents grabbing their kid from around the corner got on her buffalo plaid Santa outfit. So anyway, there you go with the and then another little thing to touch on about the twist. The brown twist is stronger than the black twist of any sort. The black Irish, brown bogey, black bogey. The black is less weak. It's less strong. It's not as strong. I'll get it spit out here in a minute. It is taken on the process to another level, where the brown, they take it off once it's spun and everything that like they want it. They take it off, leave it in rope, cut it in coins, whatever they're going to do. To make the black, they do a process of cooling it. A lot of people thought they steamed it, but I just saw where they say they do a process of cooling it quickly And that's what turns it black, and it extracts some of the flavor and strength and nicotine out of it. There you have it. There you have it. Now, YouTube. I don't know why I beat myself up, but man. So you know how to refresh your phone, right? When you're looking at something, you pull the screen down and it goes and it changes. Like when you're watching YouTube, if you pull down on it and let go, it'll change the whatever format your phone is set up for. If you're looking at 4 different shorts, or if there's a video there, when you refresh it, it shows you different shorts or different video or whatever. I was looking at my channel because all of a sudden I had 593 subs. One name came up from yesterday, but a handful of subs came up. So I had 593. I refreshed my phone while I was looking at it, and it went to 598 subs. So now it's got me wondering about these people that we assumed and we accused them of buying subs, which it can be done. You can buy subs and you can buy views. Sometimes the numbers just don't work out compared to the thumbs up and the comments that you get on certain videos. I had one name come up overnight, and that is Jonathan Stones. So Truck and Piper Bob made a comment about when YouTube, when they give you numbers and not names, they're just adding numbers on your subscription list to keep you interested. And I kind of think that is true. Because for me to have a sub count jump that much, and it's just funny that, like I told y'all the other day, my most watched video was the Weeping Wednesday from last week. They said I had 703 views on it. I went to said video and looked at it, and it said I had 1,000 views. But out of 1,000 views, I had like 60 comments. If you comment, I got 1 comment. If I answer your comment, I got 2 comments on that. So that's the way the comments work. It's a give and take. When you comment and I comment back, that's 2 comments on my video. So basically, and some of them had 3 or 4 comments altogether on the comment that say he posted, not the one that you posted. So I had like 60 some comments out of 1,000 views, and just a handful of thumbs ups. So now if you got 1,000 people that are gun right activists, why else would they be looking at a weapon video if they were not into guns? Because I got no thumbs down, no negative comments from what the comments were. So I'm at the belief that they just throw numbers. Because like I said, when I got 300 subs, it took me 3 times in a week for them to finally keep 300 on my account and then say, congratulations, you got 300 subs. They never congratulated me on 400 or 500. When I got 300 subs, I looked at my account and I was like, wow, I got 300 subs. The next day I had 297. I was like, how did that happen? I guess some Somebody unsubbed me. The next day I had 303 subs. I was like, well, cool. Maybe they did numbers wrong. The next day I had like 293 or 297. And I'm like, man, what's going on? Somebody's playing games with, the number count here. And then like the third or fourth day, it popped up and said, congratulations, you've got 300 subs. And at that time, I had like 301 or 302 or something. But I don't get it. I'm not. They also say that I've got 336 videos. When I post this one will make 308. I number the videos as I do them. I have deleted one video out of all the ones that I've posted, and that was last year with my 100 sub giveaway. I deleted it so people couldn't get on there and try to get into the gall that I was doing for 100 subs. So I don't know. The numbers come and go. At this point, I'm just happy with all of you guys. I'm not going to look at it until the number grows substantially, but just let it be known that I appreciate all of you, each and every one of you. There was no parking issues at the gymnastics center yesterday. And I thought that was rather well. But then I'm sitting here. I had to redo the video because my dumbass neighbor on the end, he comes home with his music blasting in his freaking car so loud you can hear it in the house. Usually I'll stick my head out the window and go, and just look at him like, I just look at him and say, well, that's fabulous. Good for you. And I'm not gonna lie to you, he makes it sound like he's in the ghetto. So, and he pulled in, no cars on the street, no cars anywhere down that end of the parking area. Took him 2 times to park. Pulled in, backed in, pulled up, backed in again. And then finally he was 2 times. So the parking, the non-parking epidemic has moved to the neighborhood. Be aware of your surroundings. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, always keep your eye out. Look both ways. You always got to look both ways. At a one-way street, I look both ways. That's how confident I am with the American people. At a one-way street, I look both ways. And I look the opposite way of traffic first before I look at the way, oncoming traffic is coming. We go to a restaurant. My wife already knows the deal. I've burnt this in her head. And we do a lot of repeat restaurants, so we don't really have to get a plan together of what to do. When we go into a new restaurant, we scope it out. When we walk in, we're looking. A lot of times I'll ask to be seated in a certain area because I want to be able to look back and see that area. I like to be able to look towards the door. And if it's a restaurant where you don't pay at the table, like Cracker Barrel, you got to pay before you leave. Cracker Barrel's hard. You can't see the cash register from when you're sitting in the dining room, in the dining area. Most restaurants, we have a diner over here that you can see it. I can sit where I can see the cashier in the front. If there ever is a threat to break out, our first instinct is to get out of there safely. So if the threat is over there and the kitchen is over there, we're going that way. There's an exit in the kitchen. By law, it has to be. They have to have an exit in the kitchen. So if something goes down, run to the kitchen. Get out of there. It's not your threat. Don't involve yourself in somebody else's threat unless the threat happens to incorporate you in it. Then by all means, do what you have to do to stay safe. If it means whip their ass, whip their ass. They pull a gun and they got it at you and you're able to pull yours and shoot them, shoot them. Just remember, once you pull your gun, you're responsible for every bullet that flies out of it and where it ends up. Not just who you shoot, but where it ends up beyond who you shoot. I'll go over that a little bit tomorrow on Freedom Friday. But just be aware of your surroundings. I'll tell you a little bit more about somebody yesterday that I saw, but I'll tell you that tomorrow on Freedom Friday. Alan Dallin, I think I'm pronouncing your name right, buddy. I'm sorry. I know it's Alan. He asked me, I guess he noticed I use several different lighters. A lot of y'all guys comment on what was that lighter you used today, because I used something different or whatever. He asked me yesterday if I could only have one lighter, what would I choose? And I answered him honestly, and out of all of the fancy lighters that I have, I believe the most reliable lighter that I have has been around for, I don't know, 50, 60 years maybe. I don't think there was a thing in the 50s. And I don't know. I'd have to Google. I should have done that. But my most trusted, believed lighter that has been tested over time is a Bic. Semi-windproof. If you cup it, you can usually get it lit. Guaranteed for 1,000 lights, but that means cigarette light. So it's guaranteed to light for 2 or 3 seconds every time you pull the trigger. I told him I would choose a Bic or a clipper. And I don't know why. Maybe because I've been sitting here holding them. But the flame is higher than what it typically is. And the same with the clipper also. Its flame was higher a minute ago. Look how high that is. Not usually that high. But one good thing I like about the clipper is when you invert it, the flame gets stronger. See, I don't know why these are both that high now. Maybe it's the humidity that is having an effect on it. Could. The clipper is refillable, reflintable, and I love their striking wheel because it's like a star and it's easy to grab. But Bic or clipper would be my go-to lighter. If I was leaving out the house and say I was going over somebody's house and we're going to be out back smoking and whatever, I would have a Bic or a clipper with me if I was to take a fancy lighter to be cool while I was over there smoking or whatever. And you can also use these for lighting cigars. This is what a lot of people recommend because you can hold your cigar up above it and toast a foot really slow and low the way you're supposed to. So I think that's been a mouthful for today. I don't see anything else on my little list here. So remember, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And with that being said, until next time, you know what to do. Stuff them and puff them.